Hello, my name's Trev. I am the Geordie GM. I is Harried. Myself and my wonderful players, actors, cast, whatever you want to call them, are right there. I will let them introduce themselves, and we will start with, whoever wants to go first. Excellent. Shauna, why don't you go first?
Hello, I'm Shauna. I will be playing Tago Pigwiggle.
Righty. Now, from what we can see, let's go down. So, Steve.
Steve, and I will be playing Bugwug Pigwiggle.
Curly would be next. Or
Yeah,
not Curly.
This is completely out of order for me. For what I've got
Yes, I
going
know.
on
That's
here.
why I haven't nominated.
Same.
I'm Curly, and I am Grub Pigwiggle.
I guess you're picking up some sort of theme here at the moment. Right, from my point of view, the big green block is next, but that's how I put my music on, so then we'll go right up to the other side. That is Jim.
Behold, my name is Jim, and I will be playing Blasbo Pigwiggle.
Following that.
Cheers, you're in for a hell of a ride.
Following that, there is Josh.
I'm Josh. I'll be playing Nilwug Pigglewiggle.
Right under that is me, as you can tell, because I'm talking. But right under me, we have Jake, who hasn't turned his camera on.
Yes. I am working away from home, so I still don't have my webcam. I am Jake. I am playing Fugug Pigwiggle.
Introductions aside, let's jump in and tell you roughly what we are trying to do here. So, I said to these lovely people, I want to run a game where I make no notes and just make it up as we go. They went, what a good idea, let's try that. So, and I'm totally going to blame Steve here. Steve had the brilliant plan and mastermind behind it all to go, why don't we all play goblins? So they did. They're all goblins of the Pigwiggle clan. Who knew? I didn't. But we will see how it all goes. If they want to apologise right now, they can, but I'm fairly confident that they won't.
Oh, no apologies. It's going to be
We're just letting the inner gob out.
In fact, you're welcome, actually.
Yes. Well, I can't really say much more. So we will just jump straight in. Session 1. The Pigwiggle clan, or at least the members of the Pigwiggle clan that you have been introduced to. You see them running down the main street of a very large village. Behind them, a grand-esque kind of house. Much bigger than the usual sort of stuff. This would be the elf regent's house. Slow motion as you get a wide shot of our heroes running down the street. And they dive just as the building behind them explodes in a burst of fire that is green and blue and purple, and there are sparks and fireworks almost shoot up into the sky, and they crash down into the very wet ground because it has not long been raining. And they look back, nod to each other, and get up and run further down the street. However, we're not going to pick up from there. So, 10 hours earlier, we join the Pigwiggle people in the Pigwiggle hideout. Them and all of their clan members, who equal round about the 50 mark, are drinking, carousing, whatever it is that the Pigwiggle clan goblins do when they have any sort of spare free time. Now, the head of the Pigwiggle clan is an old goblin called Smegweg. You can thank Steve for that one as well.
Thanks, Steve.
Boy, I'm glad I ate before this.
So it is a joyous sort of day. The Pigwiggle clan has not long been out and had a few raiding parties. Made themselves some trinkets, brought back some slaves, I suppose, some entertainment for later, you know, as they slowly torture and whatever it is that they do with people. And we have our main characters right here. Blasbo, Pugwug, Fugug, Grub, Nilwug, and Tago. That is going to get really old really quick.
Gonna remain consistently funny forever, actually, but you know.
So you lovely people have come back on a very successful raid, and you are going through all of your ill-gotten gains. There are bags and bags of all sorts of goblin-ish interested things. There is bits of there is bits of shiny things. There are coins. There are some old weapons from the various caravans that you have been plundering. And as you are counting and sorting through all of these items and things, Smegweg enters the communal area. Now, you guys are off to the side. You are kind of like a team, so to speak. Informal team. You seem to work kind of well together. You have an understanding. And Smegweg comes up. This ancient goblin. Well, ancient as goblins go. Head up towards you with his stout staff, and he looks to. I have to write all of these down because they are terrible names for people. Who's that one? Bugwug. And he just stands there expectantly in front of you. Now I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for Steve because there is something that Steve did in one of his games that he runs about the goblin speech when goblins speak goblin to each other or common. Steve did something, so this is up to him to see what he is going to do. Now, whatever happens here, I will just tell you, Steve, this is going to stick.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So, to the outside world, an onlooker looking in, perhaps one of the captives who we have caged off to the side, the ensuing conversation would sound very much akin to typical goblin noise. You know, like a... However, between me and the respected and loyal chieftain of Smegweg, as he approaches, I go, "Ah, most valiant leader! It is a delight to see you once again, brother!"
Well, I'm pleased that you are back safely, son. I see that the haul is good today.
Very much so indeed. A small caravan of these common degenerates we have brought to our most venerable home and are now enslaving them, as is the traditions of our kind.
You have done well today. Very good. In fact, all of you. And he gestures out to all of you in turn. Will you all be coming to the festivities this evening?
Well, it would indeed be rude not to when there is such a fine festivity to partake in.
Well said. Very well said, Blasper. Well done, yes. Now, tell me, how is your protege, Tago? Tago, how are you doing?
I am doing most excellently. Thank you very much for asking. How are you?
I'm doing all right, I suppose. These old bones of mine, they are somewhat, wearing thin in some places, I have to say. But on the whole, very well. Thank you for asking. Nilwurg, I do have a question for you, if you would be so kind.
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh, good. When you were retreating from the, I'm sure, absolutely destroyed and ramshackled caravans, did you take the precaution of hiding our tracks as per usual?
We created such a mess that I don't think they'll be able to track us in any capacity.
Oh, that's just the answer that I'd like to hear. Excellent. And he reaches into his coat. Here, have a cookie. And he hands you a cookie.
Thank you.
It's just a disc of dirt with a worm in it.
Put it down my pants.
Oh, there we are. Smart thinking, saving for after. Well done, yes. Fug-ug, you were
when he says my name. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'd be probably stood away from the group, like hunched over, like a bit too close to some of the prisoners, just like sniffing their hair or something, and I would just snap my head towards and just say, "Oh yeah."
Oh, there's plenty of time for that later. Please come and join your companions. They won't go anywhere. Now,
I imagine when I get near whoever it is that I join, they'll probably just move just a little bit further away from me.
Now, as the scout and lookout on this particular venture, did you spot anything untoward? Were there any that escaped to sound the alarm?
No. I kill. Shoot him in the back.
Oh, you do your grandfather proud. I can see him in you. It's wonderful. Oh, the Pigwiggle clan is mighty, I'm sure. Grub. I do have one other question for you, if I may. It's to do with the supper you prepared the other evening.
Oh yes, mighty Booyag.
Did you put any fish heads in there?
Always my secret ingredient.
I've been suspecting of such. I knew it, but I won't tell anyone.
Oh, thank you.
God, I'm awfully proud. Very proud of you. Well done, all of you.
It is my honor to prepare refreshments for the whole party. Thank you.
Oh, it's good. Keep up the good work, and if I may say, an extra fish head for me next time would be wonderful.
No problem, certainly.
Oh, good, jolly good. Now, Blasbo. I have had some odd reports that you are displaying signs of like a magical sorts of things. Is this correct?
Oh, where would you hear something like that?
If you see over there, you see Snigglewug up there. He told me that he saw you blast someone with some kind of energy coming from your hand. Is this correct?
Well, we've always known him to be a jelly brain. That's why he ate his own feet.
Yeah, very true, yes. At least it's not hard to find shoes for him, that's for certain. Very well, I shall all take it in stride. Now, I am off, because I need to lie down for at least a little, and enjoy the festivities later on. and he just sort of hobbles off, and away he goes.
What's the shoe?
I move over to Blasbo. What did you do?
How many of the other goblins in the tribe speak common? Not that many, I would guess.
No, not many. Not at all.
Well, I'm not exactly going to go out and say it, am I?
Tago told you no. Be careful when you use magic.
I'm always careful. You don't know what you're talking about.
You are seen.
Well, that's on you.
No teeth crispies.
We will deal with this later. And then just switch it back to the goblin tongue. Ha 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 ha! Oh, Tago, such gay banter!
Haha, indeed.
I'm going to scamper back to the prisoners and start touching their hair.
They flinch from you, absolutely, completely. I mean, they are beaten, they are tied up, they are thoroughly distraught in their entire predicament at the moment. You have a rough sort of divvy up. There's maybe 15 of them. You had a really good haul. And only 10 of the Pigwiggle clan died, which is actually really good. Right. As time progresses on, you get... let us just get rid of that, and there we go. You all start to drink the rot gut that goblins drink. And you all start to make merry, you sort of dance about, and all the rest of the jolly good fun stuff. Every now and again, there's a game of Stab the Human. And what you have to do is you have to see how many times you can stab a human without him crying out. Each human is a bit soft in each different way. However, it's a good game, so you can partake if you wish to partake.
I will absolutely be partaking.
Stab the human, okay.
Hi, what happened?
Yes, because you lost connection, didn't you? Merrymaking, rot gut drinking, and the game Stab the Human. You have to stab the human as many times as you can without the human crying out. Most stabs wins.
Well, I'll be doing that.
I would like to see if I could cheat said game. Do we have a dead human? Those ones don't cry!
All of the dead humans were left behind.
I will also sort of cheat, if I could.
Okay.
I'm going to go up to perhaps the biggest looking human, and speaking now in common, so completely different to my goblin tongue, I will go up to the human and be like, okay, so I'm going to stab you a few times. But if you scream, I'm going to kill you for real though, so just keep your mouth shut and don't make any noise, okay? And I'm going to try an intimidation check with that.
Right, okay. Roll an intimidation check. With advantage, he's currently tied up. And you've just said that you're going to stab him. So, yeah. Help yourself.
Awesome.
Right, a 13. You're fairly convinced that he is prime stabbing material as of now.
Okay. I'm then going to, as fast as I can, just with a bunch of stabs to get my number way up.
Right, okay. This guy, let's see. Whoever is partaking in this, let's roll an insight check to see if you can weasel out the human that you think will be able to take the most damage from this wonderful Pigwiggle tradition.
I picked the skinniest, weakest guy.
And I just go past going, nah, nuts.
Wait, so only the two of you doing it? Who else is doing it? I'm sure someone said that they were going to as well.
No, I'm going to be taking part, but I'm not going to be worried about who I'm stabbing, because what I'm going to be doing is trying to, like, use one hand to cover both of my ears and then just keep stabbing without remorse so that I can turn around and say, well, I didn't hear any screams.
Right, okay. Okay, then. Right, now they were fairly diabolically bad insight rolls, so... Wow, Blaz was even proficient in it. That was really terrible. The person
We start our rolls as we mean to go on.
Yes, oh, I'm pleased with this. This is going to be fun. Right, so, you people are not the only participants in this game. There are quite a few of the other clan members that are in here. Between the two of yous, you've picked someone side by side, and at some point you get sort of really engrossed in what you're doing, and you actually stab the same person, who then cries out, which was this intimidated chap, and he cries out really early on, so you don't even make it halfway down the game roster for this one.
Absolutely kill that guy, like I said. You might be a little stem right in the eye.
Right, that's no problem. You can kill him out. You are then immediately disqualified and are not able to take part in this game for the rest of the evening. It's going to take us ages to learn these freaking names. Right, Fogug, you are instantly disqualified. Completely. So you wrap your arms up and you just like that, and this person, whoever it was, is just dead. But you do look back, and after you've been pulled from this now corpse, everyone that looks around and actually looks at the cloak, the corpse, sees that you've actually stabbed like a skull in their chest. Without didn't even realize you were doing it. There's just a big skull with eye sockets and nose grooves, and you started on the teeth before someone actually managed to grab you off. So,
I'd like to try and drag the corpse away with me.
okay, make a strength check.
Okay. My fantasy ground's going really slow. Give me 1 sec. There we go. It's not grabbing the dice.
Wow, that's really green. Right, you do manage to start dragging this person away, this corpse away. What you do with it, by all means, you can tell, but it's probably best you don't. just
Demonetized.
You do what Fogog is known to do. Just leave it like that. It's round about this time that there is a shudder, and you can all of you feel the earth beneath your feet rumble. Everybody stops. The revelries cease immediately. And then there's another. And then there's a loud crash coming from, you would know, the main entrance to this place. Now you are right at the very back of the chamber, and all of these goblins immediately start swarming out. Out through the compound, through the complex, right out towards this where the sound is coming from. You guys, unfortunately, are kind of stuck at the back. You just can't get through. No one is letting you through, and you see Smegweg right at the very front, staff in hand, begin to cast some sort of spell. There is a gout of flames that then bursts its way out of this cave entrance onto whatever it is on the outside of this. There is screams, and then you see arrows come hurtling into this area, and several goblins are immediately killed.
I think, being the brave military leader that Bugwug Pigwiggle is, he immediately runs to the man he just killed, and then, like Han Solo in the Tauntaun, attempts to cut him open and hide inside the body.
Right, okay. Make a survival check. Just a survival check. Go on. Oh, you nearly got a 20.
Is this the part where you go, it smells even better on the inside?
Well, it is kind of warm in here, but you cannot fit. There are far too many internal organs in here, and now that you look and you start pulling some of them out, there's no way that you're getting in there. Anybody else doing anything just as gross while this is happening?
In the goblin tongue, I will simply just look around you and all those guys go, Tago, cheese it! It's the fuzz! I'll start trying to make our way towards the back.
Okay.
I'd like to jump inside my soupy cauldron to hide.
Okay.
Is it full of soup?
It is full of soup.
It is full of soup.
Is the soup hot?
Always full of soup. I mean, it's tepid soup.
It's not even served hot.
Mostly spit.
I was about to say, you have invented gazpacho.
But whatever I can find, really.
Right, okay. You run and you jump into your cauldron. It is a fairly sized cauldron, but it's not... it's grub. There we go. It's not grub sized.
Imagine my ears are like just poking out the top.
So you get in, you get a hold of the lid, and you put the lid on your head and balance it, and then try to get in. You're like, and you jam one of your ears in, and then it's a mess. And now you're covered with this weird sort of tepid soup. You know that it's going to go cold.
It's great.
Okay. It feels.
Not the first time.
It's a memory flashes before you were born. Oh, it's like this nice, peaceful, warm, floaty space. And then you remember the horrible air burning your lungs as you take your first breath. Oh, just that moment of peace when you were in the goblin womb. Never mind, it's a fleeting moment, and you are brought back to the present. What about Nilwug? What's Nilwug doing?
I think seeing Grub jump into his pot, I'll hide behind it, get out the cookie I was given earlier and dip it in the soup. Just take a bite. What are we going to do now?
The cookie itself is rock hard. Mm. It's the sort of thing that you could possibly sharpen your weapon with. Right, but you dip it in the soup, and it's one of those weird ones, the weird sort of cookies that act like a sponge when any moisture comes into it, and it's just there's far too much moisture inside this cookie, but it defies explanation. But this cookie is still rock hard. It just feels heavier because it's absorbed so much moisture. But you have a bite, and you do kind of eventually crunch a bit off. It tastes quite nice. It tastes quite nice. The essence of grub really tops it off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real secret ingredient. It's not fish heads.
The real secret ingredient is the essence of grub.
I bathe in the soup daily.
Yeah, definitely getting demonetized.
Right. Fugug, you dragged a corpse off earlier. And while all this happened, what are you doing?
I like the idea that whatever I'm doing is so atrocious that anyone that looks over would have to avert their eyes, and I just go unnoticed. What I'm actually going to do is just scarper up a tree.
Right. Well, you're kind of underground at the minute, so
The classic underground
Okay, well,
tree
the
we see in the
underground-
cave, though.
Yeah, the underground. There is a tree underground, right? This is a special tree. It's completely petrified. You know, otherwise it would have died long before now. But it is petrified. You found it. It was one of the. It was one of the key features that the Pigwiggle clan liked so much about this place, which you moved in, you've tried to expand a little bit, but there it is. The tree, oddly enough, has been untouched. Various times in the past there has been graffiti tried to have been put on this tree, and that was knocked severely on the head with a staff by Smegweg. He likes the tree very much. So yes, by all means, you can climb up the petrified tree.
I would just sort of get my bow ready and just be sat looking out.
Right, okay. Everybody make stealth checks if you are all trying to hide and try and remain innocuous. Wow. You can redeem... No, you didn't. You could have redeemed.
I definitely, after not being able to fit inside the dead human, just get one of its arms and put it over my head, and just think that I'm hidden enough if I stand still with an arm over me.
Okay. Right.
I think I'm less trying to be sneaky and more, frantically panicking, trying to get to the back of the cave.
Okay. The as things unfold in the front part of the complex that you cannot see, you hear more explosions. There is definite sounds of fighting, definite sounds of dying. You are fairly confident that there is more Pigwiggle sounds dying than any other sounds of dying. But as this goes on for maybe 10 minutes, and you all find some place to hide or not hide or think you're hidden or whatever, and they come in, and what you see is Smegweg come in. He's got like a couple of arrows in him. He's an elderly goblin, but by God is he hardy. And he comes in with his staff, and he just turns and he blasts a fire gout of flame up the corridor back, and he turns around and he looks, and he goes, over there, by my chambers, there is a way out, and just at that moment, there is a long sword that is plunged right through his back, sticking out up into his chest, and he goes, oh, that bloody hurts. And he just sort of falls off the sword, and he is gone. And the person holding the sword is a blonde-haired elf. He is, when I say elf, think of the most stereotypical elf that you can possibly think of. Blonde hair, blue eyes, tall, slim, really good looking.
God damn it, played by Orlando Bloom.
Yep, it's him. Orlando Bloom has just killed Smegweg. Thank God that's one name down that I don't need to... So he looks around, and as he yanks the sword out even further, because he did kind of slide off, but he gives it a help. As he yanks it out, blood sort of like splats up and into his face, and he's like, oh God, oh damn it, oh, and he looks around this place, not seeing any of you at all. Oh, fucking bloody goblins. I got it in my mouth. And he just starts turned around, and he just starts walking back out.
After about 15 seconds of making sure that it's just quiet and no one else is coming down here, Bugwug would knock the arm off his head, run over to Smegweg, immediately start taking anything of value off his corpse, and then run to the escape tunnel.
All right, okay.
And maybe take like 1 or 2 bites out of his arm as well, just before he goes for nourishment for the journey.
All right. There's not a lot of nourishment.
As soon as you pointed out the tunnel, I'm already on my way.
And I was following
I didn't even wait for the sentence to finish.
Right. As you root through your elderly, revered leader's corpse in all of his possessions, there is his staff. There is essentially a magical focus.
Yep.
And there is a bag of cookies. There's about 6 inside. It's them rock hard ones. But he seemed to like them. Admittedly, he didn't have any teeth. This might be why. But there they are. And as you root through and you get everything that you can, you take a few bites. There's no nourishment in this. It's like trying to bite a wet wrap that's just been folded in half. There's just nothing to it at all. It's like all droopy skin, and it's just there's hardly any blood either as well to disguise any of the horrible stuff. But
I'll still take a good 2 or 3 as a sign of respect, and then head out.
Right. Okay. What about the rest of yous?
Are you still in your pot?
Yeah, I'll have sort of poked my head out once the elf's made his way back up the stairs and, brothers, is the coast clear?
I'm going to tip it on its side and try and roll you towards the exit. The chamber of the smegweg.
Don't spill the soup!
You're trying to hold this much in with your arms and just sloshing over and under.
What about what's it? Fogog. From his petrified tree.
Once I can see the coast is clear. Yeah, if I can see the coast is clear, I would drop out of the tree and then start heading towards the exit.
Right, okay. As you are heading towards the exit with this very loud, clattering cauldron full of grub and soup, you get to the stairs that head down into his chambers. Okay. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please, Grub?
Oh no.
To see if you can hold your soup.
Why are you putting...
Or should I say add to it? Oh, wow, my word. Right, okay. It's...
the soup!
As you all rolled immediately down these stairs, there's not loads. There's maybe 20 stairs or so. But it's not steep, it's long. So each step is about, 2 foot deep. And you just clunk, clunk, and you go, oh no. And clunk, clunk, and you duck your head back in. And... well, as best that you can, and you start rolling and clunk, 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 and it bats off the wall, and it keeps going down, and then it flips. So instead of going sideways, it flips, it goes round the side, across the bottom, and then over the gap, and you immediately try to keep your head in, and the sound that it makes is like clunk, clunk. There's where the lid would go, clunk, clunk, clunk. There's where the lid would go again, clunk, 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 and you just clatter at the bottom. And everybody else that gets down there, there's a lot more liquid in there. You didn't see a lot coming out, but there was a lot more liquid in that place with a few chunks than there was right at the very top.
Soup's looking good!
I do try my best, and I'm just there, wringing out my clothes, trying to get, the rest of the soup that's I've absorbed back into the cauldron.
You try your best. To the others... Grub actually smells pretty good. This is definitely better than his natural bouquet. So you get.
I would move closer to him and start sniffing him, and maybe give his arm a lick.
It's kind of salty. It's you're not quite sure where the salts come from, but it is kind of salty. It's kind of nice. But after a while, it starts to burn your tongue a little bit. You know, like as if you were to eat salt and vinegar crisps. Burns your tongue after a little while if you eat too much. It has like that sort of thing.
Retaliation, I'll try and take a bite out of his arm.
Okay, make it a hit roll. Actually, no, let's not. Do Grub, make a dexterity saving throw, please, to see if you can whip your arm out from Thugug's tender maw. Yes, you can. That's no problem, right? You feel the teeth come down on your arm, and you're like, ugh, and you just whip your hand out.
I'll just give him a little tap on the head with my ladle and say, nope, I'm not for eating. Soup's for eating. There's plenty of soup to go around.
I'll just make a little whimper and scamper away and sort of sit in the corner and watch what everyone else is doing and listen.
Okay. Well, true enough, at the bottom of these stairs there is the old leader's chambers. None of yous have ever been in here before. None of yous. No one is allowed in. Smegweg only. Man, I said that in a sentence. Okay. You open the door, and you are absolutely shocked at what greets you. Your stomachs start to, well, not you, Grub, because yours is now kind of empty, but the rest of your stomachs start to churn a little bit, and it's just the potential for nightmares tonight is absolutely amazingly high for this. As you gaze upon the large bed of Smegweg covered with plushy toys. And then pride of place, there is a pink rainbow unicorn with a golden horn. It's the most incredibly horrible thing that you've ever seen in your lives. I mean, what goes on behind closed doors? Man, who knew? You guys didn't. And that's just when you first open the door.
Sniff the unicorn.
You immediately go up to the unicorn and make a perception check.
Perception. I'm not a very perceptive man.
You're not a man.
Oh.
Righty, Thugug, you run up to the unicorn in all of its pink and fluffy splendor, and you get a good old snort of what might be on here, and it smells of daisies and sunshine. No, it smells of daisies and sunshine. This is really, really clean.
I'm gonna start retching and just throw it away.
I mean, there are others. You can see what looks like to be a bear with looks like it might have been in a fight. It was a white bear. It's got black patches on its eyes. You know, there's.
I've already been hurt before. I'm staying away.
Right, as you all enter the room and you take in the rest of the surroundings, there are flowers and things that are draped across the back of a seat that his desk, where his desk would be. There is a very neatly stacked pile of like blankets that they look like they've all been crocheted. And yous can't remember ever bringing anything back that looked anything like this. Ever. But yet, here they are. There's varying different colours. As you get a hold of a one, and you know, just to see if there's anything in between, you get a hold of a one. This one has a pattern on of some sort of serpent, but it's like blowing a kiss. It's ugh.
The elves must have been in here already. We must leave before they come back.
Desecrated the chamber of our great leader.
The heathens! Do they know no shame?
We must flee, sooner rather than later.
Right, it's round about this time that you feel another rumble. And then a very large rumble and a crash and lots of sound coming from the top of the stairs where you have just come down. Whomever looks can see that the passageway has been completely collapsed.
Alas, we are trapped in this chamber of horrors.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please, if you would, when I find your actual name, Blasbo. Right. The thought of being stuck in this place, it gets you right on the very edge of panic, but you manage to beat it back, and it's no.
Fear not, brother. Our mighty Booyag would not have sent us down here for no reason. There must be an escape.
In fact, Bluebeard has clearly blessed us this day. With the passage behind us collapsed, there's no way the elves can kill us. We are totally safe here. Now, where's the exit? This is gross.
Anybody that is looking for the exit, please give me a perception check.
I'll do one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will provide aid to someone rather than do one myself.
Okay. Okay. Grub, you, in your search for an exit of this place, for some reason, you look behind a small picture frame that is maybe 4 inches wide. You just take it off and look behind, and you see that the actual picture that is in the frame is of obviously some sort of charcoal hand-drawn something or other that looks kind of like Bugwug, but it also has bits of maybe like Nilwug in it as well. You're not sure, and as you lift it up to look on this tiny patch behind where this thing was, and you have a look, there is a picture of himself, like a self-portrait, and it's really bad.
I took in the soup.
Okay. Let's see, who else have we got? Right, Nilwug. You think it would be a great idea to double check to make sure that the bed, there's nothing in or around the bed, so you immediately grab your weapon and you hack and slash at the horrible, incredibly cutesy things that are strewn all about this this sleeping. How does he even sleep in this? It's horrible. But you find nothing, unfortunately. Tago, you go to the desk, and strewn about on the desk in very neat piles, I might add, there is all sorts of sheets of paper that have looks like runic writing on, magic stuff, perhaps. And as you are looking in and around this desk, and you sort of push the desk back a little bit, you can see that on the floor there is a crumpled up piece of paper.
I will read the paper.
Okay, so you grab it and you open it up, and it's the same thing that is just written line after line after line after line, and it's Nilwug loves me, Nilwug loves me not, Nilwug loves me, Nilwug loves me not, and right at the very bottom of the paper there is Nilwug loves me not, and then it was obviously scrumpled up.
I'll take the pages of runic writing and I'll keep that just in case I ever do show it to him.
Right, okay. Right. Who else can we mess with it right now? Who have we done? Right, Blasbo. You got the next highest, right? Blasbo, you head towards a like a fitted seating area in one side. It's not like the desk, it's not like the bed. This is just for sitting, just for relaxing, maybe reading. There's like a candle sort of shelf behind him for any sort of reading. So you immediately go over to there, and it's, of everything in this room, this looks the most goblin. And it's It's just got like a crappy stained kind of throw that's been put over it, and you immediately whip it off, and to your horror, there are crocheted pillows right on here. They have been stuffed with what looks like fresh wool, maybe the last couple of sheep that you've managed to bring back at some point in the past. They look comfortable. They look very well made, but ew. I mean, there's one side has. They are completely clashing colours. One side is this like bright yellow sort of colour, and the other side is almost luminous green. You've never seen that sort of green before. You're not even sure how we got that, but there it is. There's another one that is red and apricot. Yeah, and it's.
Do I hold on to my lunch?
Do you know what? I will let you decide if you wish.
I throw up all over it. Well, now that looks much better.
I not be well and just check if he's okay.
It's better you don't see this, Taco. Your young eyes must remain unmolested as best they can.
But other than those atrocities, you don't find anything. Bugug, you went and you sat in the corner after being absolutely revolted at what you found on the bed. And as you sit down and you're watching the other people, you sort of cross your arms, sort of in like your weird sort of sulky stance. And as you're watching everybody else search, you just put your head back against the wall and you hear a click, and then the wall just sort of falls back in over it, and you go, "Aah!" and you just fall backwards and you roll down maybe about 3 steps before you manage to stop yourself. You found it.
Well, just get myself back to my feet and I'll just shout him, "Me find, me find!"
You all converge on this passage. Sorry, it looked like someone was going to say something there. Go on.
Me?
No, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, I just sort of like, after saying Fogog fall and hearing clatter, there's like a giddy anticipation until he hears him speak again, which he's very disappointed that he's still alive.
So, looking down at this corridor, you see the steps finish at them. There was only actually 3 steps, and then the passageway continues and winds off past what your dark vision can see. Who is going first in this lovely little passage?
I am usually the scout, so I will go first. I'm already down here.
Okay, so you right yourself after calling out to your companions. Well, I would say comrades, but they're not comrades, just people that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood
I don't think
relatives.
anyone has any.
Yeah, we're family. Come on.
Don't think anyone has any qualms with me going first and setting off the traps and being the one that dies anyway. So
Yes.
We are literally all each other's uncles.
Right. As you continue on down, as you start this this passage and continue through, it winds a little bit, and then as it opens up ever so slightly, you can see there is a lever, and then there is some space. It's just flat floor, and there is space, and then it sort of narrows down again, and then there is you can see that it slope upwards just on the other side, again out to your dark vision. But you are standing right next to a lever.
just pull the lever.
Right, you pull the lever, you hear a click and a thud, and then that's it.
I would just sort of look to everybody else and just shrug.
Maybe we are truly trapped. Can we have a little look around in here?
By all means, make a perception check. Yeah.
Again, I'll just provide help to someone.
I'll take it.
My help, by the way, is just me standing right behind you, scratching my ass, and just be like, Oh, yeah, no, good job.
Well, that's a disadvantage
While
because he's
everyone's
providing a
looking,
distraction.
So it's just a flat roll.
No,
That's what my help is. Nothing.
Which
Right,
seems appropriate for a 6 then, doesn't it?
Right, sorry, what was that for, Gug?
I was just going to say, while everyone's looking around, I'm just going to keep pulling the lever backwards and forwards.
Right, every time you pull, when you pull the lever, oh, this is going to be fun. Right, okay. As people are looking around, how are you just standing looking, or are you just branching out and touching and feeling and doing all that sort of stuff, or are you just standing and looking?
Standing and looking.
Right,
I'll branch
okay.
out and actually like touch around the wall and stuff like that to see if there's anything.
Right, how far into this like weird sort of chamber are you going?
I'm gonna say about a meter, not too far away from Blad's floor.
Right, okay, so not far, that's fine. Righty. So as you are in a prime position, Tago, to hear this clearer than the rest. So as Fogug is and he just seems quite happy, just sitting up and down doing this, right? All of the clicks and everything that you hear is coming from the floor in front of you. Grub, you hear the same, even though you're further back.
I guess Grub will walk a bit further into the room and start like tapping a ladle on the floor and seeing like if it sounds hollow maybe anywhere, or like he's just searching for maybe another trigger plate or something.
Right, okay. Make an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Fogug, I want you to roll a d6, please. Actually, no, make it a d20. Higher the better. Oh dear. Right. As you are playing with this lever and you see Grub go on and start banging the floor, you just let go of the lever to let him do his thing, but you leave it in the up position. So as it's as Grub starts to move forward, he sets off the pitfall trap that is armed and disarmed by the lever. So, can I have let's see. Because you're taking it slow and all that sort of stuff, you did pretty well on your investigation as far as the DC of the trap goes. So, can I have a dexterity saving throw with advantage? The DC, it's not a high DC, it's only 10.
Okay, wish me luck. Oh!
Look at that. You time it just right. As soon as that lever pops up, it is as you lift your foot off, just as you tap and you lift your foot off at the same time, the tap sets the trap off, but as you lift your foot, you don't have any weight on it, so the trap just goes and the just floor disappears, and you look down, there's about a 20-foot drop going down there.
Maybe try the lever in the other position.
I'll flick it back down.
Nothing happens. You've already set the trap off. You would have to try and reset
It's
it.
open. Okay.
It is open already.
Is there any way for us to traverse around the trap?
There
Or is it
is.
the full room?
There is a ledge that goes around either side. So you can try and shimmy your way across. Or you can try and jump. It is 10 foot across.
Okay.
So if you take a running jump, you can jump up to your strength score in feet.
Above 13, so I'll leap over.
Okay, so you just take a running, and yep, you get over absolutely no problem. Who is trying to shimmy over?
I will probably go with the shimmy.
I'll go with the shimmy as well.
Righty, okay. Blaz...
Tago, hold me tight!
Blasbo and Tago, are they the only ones that are the only ones that are going over via the shimmy?
I've got 10 strength. Does that mean I could run and jump over? Or...
Yeah, you could run and jump over it. If you roll an athletics, DC 10, just for 10 feet, well, we're like 10s. 10s are good. If you can roll an athletics DC 10, you can get it over no problem.
Oh no!
Right, you come up ever so slightly short. You time your jump a little bit too early, so you're a foot short, but you crash into the side. Someone can either grab you, or you can make an athletics or a strength check to try and grab a hold so you don't slip off and down.
I will spin round.
If this is happening while we're shimmying, I'm going to try and grab him while I shimmy.
I was also going to say, because I'm jumping over, I've got a strength throw of 17, so I can definitely jump over.
Right.
I just want to, as part of the flavor, jump, land on his head, and almost bounce off it an extra few foot forward.
Right, no problem. You get a boot, right? Well, you won't be wearing boots right now, but you get a goblin foot right on the top of your head, and you're fairly sure that the little hair that you have on your head has just been, some of it has been pulled out because it got caught in between the toes of Bugwug. Right, and who was grabbing? Was grabbing Nilwug?
I'll grab him. I'll pull him up.
Right, okay, you grab him. So
if this was happening synchronized, I was also going to do it while trying to shimmy.
Right.
It's kind of really entertaining.
We'll do the shimmy stuff next then. Okay, so those that are shimmying over can have either an acrobatics or a dexterity check. Essentially, it's the same thing, basically. So acrobatics will go. Right. Tago, even though you rolled a 6, you shimmy over there, no problems at all. You are dexterous, you are lithe, you are light. Oh dear. Blasbo! Right. Roll a d10 for me, please. You have 2 feet left to go when this happens.
And then I was thinking, it's like, you go down, let's see, 200 foot of darkness, splat on the bottom.
Right, you have 2 feet left, so you are within arm's reach. Now, who went first? Did Blasbo go first, or did Tago go first?
I think
Tago went first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Right, okay.
I look after you, so I went first.
Right, okay. So Tago, you shimmy across there, absolutely no problem, and then right behind you, you hear a as Blasbo falls, you just his feet sort of slips off, and you bang your arse right on the ledge, and you go, oh, that's gonna sting! And as you fall forward, you are within grabbing reach. However, the people that were grabbing Nilwug cannot grab Blasbo. So who?
I'll grab Blasbo.
Just to add a bit more flavour to it, now someone else has fallen down the pit. Can it almost be more like Legolas and the Hobbit, where mid-air I hop off him and on to then the head, and then further down the tunnel?
Yes, absolutely, no problem. so
like I'm landing on something mid-air and still jumping from it.
So Bugwug, you let everybody goes first, and as Nilwug is partway across, you just decide to come and you just jump midair, just as Blasbo takes his slip and tumble now with his very numb backside. It's making your legs go kind of funny, and just as that happens, you manage to put your foot on Blasbo's chest, because you think, like this, so you get him right on the chest, and you bounce off the wall, ready, and you think you're going to be a bit short, but my gosh, if Nilwug hadn't have made a perfect step with his head, you might have fallen, but man, this family is awesome that you are with, and your foot rests on his head beautifully, and you come to a stop. You almost feel like going like this, like a stance sort of thing. It felt great. Right. Tago. So hold on, let's go. So Nilwug. Who was getting Nilwug? So You
was
were
me.
yes, you were getting nowhere, weren't you? Grub. I will eventually learn the names.
Don't worry, you're getting there.
So you have right. So Tago, you are going to try and grab a hold of Blasbo, right? During all of this time, right? What is Fugug doing? Fugug's been
I've
very
already jumped
quiet.
across.
You
I'm just
already
stood.
jumped, did you? Right. Okay.
I've already jumped. I'm stood with a big grin, just laughing at everyone as they fall down in this hole.
Right,
Helping it
okay.
all.
Okay. After a little while of pulling and heaving and tugging and lifting, you eventually manage to get everyone across the 20-foot pit safely.
Thank you, Tago. I fear I have broken my butthole.
You're getting too old for this.
As soon as I'm up, I'll bop Bugwug on the head with my bone staff. Just like, be careful, you almost damaged Cordelia. And I'll rub the growth on my head.
You hear as an answer, as you most commonly do in situations like this, when you direct your attention to her specifically, you hear her go, "That's okay. I'm not going anywhere."
I'll just start like mumbling quietly to myself away from the group.
Now, we've talked about this. You can't just pull yourself away from your family. They're family.
I'm sorry.
I should think so too. Go on, off you go. And then she just goes quiet. Right, okay. Wow. The passage awaits. The incline. Heading up, presumably, to the surface. Am I correct in assuming
I
that?
will start scampering up.
Yep, Fugger goes first, yes. Okay, so, it's pretty straight. It gets, it's probably maybe 100 foot, and then there is a sharp turn to the right, and then the slope upwards goes much steeper, and then it continues that way for another maybe 20 foot, and you find an opening. This opening is, you think, based on where you are, from where you're looking up, maybe the inside of a tree? It looks like, so as you progress further, you can see that the walls, as you get further, slowly turn to soil, as it's been quite rocky, slowly turns to soil, and you can see some roots that have been sort of like pushed back and made level with the ground, level with the walls, just so that they wouldn't overgrow. And as you continue on out, you have to squeeze your way out of a very large knot at the base of a medium-ish sized tree. Of all of the times that you have been in the surrounding lands of the Pigwiggle clan stronghold, you did not know this was here, which is kind of the point, really, for a secret exit. But there you are.
I'd like to stick my head out, have a little listen, see if I can hear any elves before I step out.
Okay, make a perception check.
Perception.
Perception it is. Ah, beautiful. Right. Yes, you can hear elves, but this is distant elves. The wind is carrying the voices. Do you speak Elvish?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. They are recounting the battle that they have just had, slaying those pesky and annoying goblins.
Okay. I'll step out the tree and I'll wait there for my companions to catch up.
Right.
I'll just say, wait, can I tell which direction the elves are coming from? So it was distant.
It is quite distant. It is as you come out of the tree, it is to almost like straight ahead of you to the north.
Okay. Well, as they're coming out, I'll start like dancing around excitedly, and I'll just go, food, that way, and I'll be pointing to where the voices are coming from, dancing excitedly, getting my bow ready, and like almost raring to go to chase after the elves.
Okay. You reach emerge to a very excited Fogog. What are you going to do?
Listen to me.
What are we doing, brothers? Surely we must seek vengeance for our comrades.
They took our home. Let's take their lives.
You know the way, boy. You know the way, boy. You smell them?
I'll start sort of like jumping up and down excitedly
Yeah.
and start just like setting off on the trail.
You want to get those elves, boy? You're going to show us the way. Go get them. Go get them.
What's that, Fugog? Smegmeg's trapped down the well?
Okay, use head on off. Following Fogug. Now, here's the next question. Are you going to be quiet? Or at least try to be quiet? Are you going the stealthy approach? Or are you just going to run in hell for leather, not knowing how many there are, just that they are elves?
Stealthy.
I will be going quietly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we want to sneak up on these.
Right, and then let's have a group stealth check if we can.
I mean, that's not the worst it could have been for me, so.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Ooh. Okay. Right. We are. Who are we missing?
I think Steve's just vanished.
Oh, we've lost Steve again. Righty. So Steve was Bugwug. I will do a stealth check for Bugwug. Right, okay. Oh, you can't see that again. Yes, right there. That's what I rolled. Right.
Hi. What happened?
Just stealth check. That was fine. It was a group.
Great.
What did you hear last?
I heard the elves are that way, and then Fugog was saying food that way.
Right. You have decided to go and investigate said sounds of elves.
Right.
Okay.
Counterpoint.
Yes.
I would bring this up to my fellow goblins, saying, my comrades, if the elves are that way, all of our stuff is still in the cave. I'm not even wearing my shoes right now.
What
We
shoes?
should... It's the thing you put on the foot. Mine have got little bits on them that keep my toes safe. From him. And I point over to Fugger.
Oh.
Well, that's your mistake. I haven't taken my shoes off for 3 years.
That is true. His feet smell.
And then I just sort of, you know when you got your foot on the floor, you try and move it left, right. Nope, that's stuck. That's stuck for good.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I need my precious belongings from the cave.
Would we know the direction of the cave entrance from here? You say we've never seen this before, but I mean, have we come through this area of forest before? And
yes, you have. And the elves are not in the direction of the entrance to your cave. Where the elves are north, the entrance to your place is to the east, to the right.
Then if we need to prepare, I guess we sort of sneak back and just hope we don't bump to any, like, straggling elves along the way. But yeah, get the stuff. Get whatever you need from the cave.
Okay. So, you just head to the cave, yes?
Yes.
That's what my vote is. I'm one of the many, so...
I've got my cauldron like strapped to my back. It's just got like 2 ropes on it. It's essentially my backpack. I'll pull from the soup a crossbow-looking contraption as we make our way.
Okay. Righty. Let's see whose passive perception is what. Righty. Okay. Nilbug. You've got a great passive perception. As you are stealthing your way back to the cave, you catch a scent of it's definitely of elf coming from behind. Because you are now, well, you think it's from behind, because it's being dispersed through the trees, but you catch that scent, you move forward a little bit, you don't have it, and then it sort of catches up with you. So you think that there is something coming from behind, perhaps.
I'll just whisper, I think we're being followed.
I get my blowgun out just in case.
Okie dokie. Anybody else doing anything?
I will look around to see if I spy this fellow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a subtle man. I'll turn around and start looking.
Right, and Fugug, what were you doing?
I was gonna get my bone, see if I can climb up a tree.
Okay, you start climbing your way up a tree. Right, now that it's been pointed out to you, yes, you do smell the smell, but you can't see where that smell is coming from. It's like a blanket sort of smell. It's not something specific. It's not. What I mean is, you can't. It's not like a dog sense of smell where you can trace it back to the source. It's just an area of smell. But you do not see where it is coming from. You just know that it is coming from behind you. As you are looking, Tago, you see this as well as Nilwug. Right up close to you, there is what looks to be a well, in fact, you know what this is. This is a dog. This is a little dog. It's about that big. It's almost like it's like an oversized Chihuahua sort of thing. It's a little dog. It has long hair. It has its long hair has been braided and put in ponytails in its head. It's pardon me. Its hair is this dirty off-white color, right? But it is absolutely tiny on the floor, and the smell definitely is coming from that. and it just sort of trots across to you as it is now, and it just walks right up to the front of Nilwug, and it just sits, looking up at you.
Got my bone staff ready to bop it.
Look, brothers, a snack!
I pick up a rock and ready to smash it on its head.
I hold my blowgun just in case to see. Can I have a look around and see if there's like anything that's tracking the dog?
Make a perception check.
Is this the same sort of just regular, like goblins hate horses and dogs sort of thing?
I will leave that entirely up to yous.
I think this
I
is
am going where yous are going to be taking us.
I think
What do we think, boys? Do the Pigwiggles hate dogs and horses?
I think we do.
I think we're terrified of horses, but we hate dogs.
Yeah, horses are bigger than
Okay.
us.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't hesitate then. If I see a dog, I'm shooting in its eye.
We like the taste of dogs.
So you're going to shoot it. Okay, then. Fogug, from your vantage point, make a bow attack. With advantage, because it doesn't know that you're there, so you'll have surprise. Oh, yeah. Well, you kill it. It has 1 hit point. It is a Chihuahua dog.
Immediately
You
after
monster.
seeing it get shot, I still just smash its head in with the rock anyway. Just keep going like.
Alrighty. Okay, so...
Look, boys! I posted our first kill of the campaign. We're heroes.
After Bugwug is finishing turning this small, lovable, cuddly pet into, well, paste.
Paste?
Yeah.
Can I scrape some of it
I
into
would
the...
say I'm going to immediately start helping Grub try and, are you gonna use my spear to try and, scrape it off and just, put it over the lid and scrape it, just piecemeal into the
Okay.
pot.
As you are hearing this, Tago, because you were looking for this, looking for something, you hear, Francis! Francis!
Elf coming!
Oh, dessert.
What he's doing?
I'm gonna hide behind a tree and have my blowgun ready.
I sprint in the direction that it came from. Rock still covered in blood and bits of dog above my head, ready to throw it at whatever's saying Francis.
Okay.
I'll be dashing in behind with my, half fur at the very tip of my spear, just running behind, ready to just gut what is presumably a sweet, innocent old lady taking a dog out for a walk.
Okay.
Gonna grab a mouthful of the dog paste, just shove it in, and then run after with my crossbow.
It's still warm. It's kind of nice. It's kind of gritty as well because the rock is obviously splintered as Bugwug has been pasting it. So it's it's gritty.
I like varying textures in my food, so it's okay.
Okay. So right, those that are hiding, let's make a stealth check. Those that are not, don't bother.
It's
I
really
was gonna
nice.
say I'm gonna... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna mention it.
I was just gonna say I'm just gonna jump out of my tree, sort of switch over to 2 short swords and follow, running after this voice.
You're just
one
running
problem.
after it. Okay.
I was gonna say it's really nice to play a very simple character who's very clearly a good guy, just for once, instead of having moral grey complex. Because just someone who goes around killing people's dogs. It's nice. It's nice to be good.
It really is nice to follow the classical Tolkien style storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Tago, you hide yourself rather well, you think. Right, blowgun out, ready, and then whoosh, darting right past you is Fugug with 2 short swords out, right towards the sound of this whoever the hell it is that is whistling for Francis, their lovely little dog, that is now unfortunately no longer with us. Right, Fogug, you will get to this person first. You see, immediately you just come round a tree. You know that they are on the other side of this tree. You get up to the tree. They are still on the other side. You can't see them. This is going to be good. They're going to be right up close. They're right there, and you burst round the other side of the tree. And what are you going to do? Before you see who this is specifically, what are you going to do?
I'm slashing with 2 short swords.
Ah, right, okay. Make just 2 short sword attacks, please.
So my first one... What's my actions there? There's the first one. There's the second one.
Right.
Damages or...
Right. No. Right. Your first shot would hit this person, but an energy shield just comes up and your sword clatters against this energy shield, and the other one comes in and also clatters against the shield, but you're fairly confident that both of them would hit. You won't know because you don't know what it is that you're hitting until you hear "Fog Pigwiggle! What do you think you're doing?" And you see right in front of you what is essentially the Witch of the Wood. This is like an old druid. You know for definite that Nilbug will know this person. But there she is. She's got she's like a not old, she's sort of like middle-aged. Her hair is starting to go white. This is an elf. But old enough for the hair to start to go white. She's about 5 foot-ish. Hair is extremely long. It reaches down to like the very base of her back, but it's tied back into 2 ponytails just to keep it out of her face. She herself has a small sort of walking stick, not a staff, an actual walking stick, and she is dressed in green druidic style of garb. And she looks up at you and goes, "Well?"
What language is she speaking?
She's speaking Goblin.
Okay. I'll sort of got my short swords and I'll cower a little bit and just say, "Me thought you were elf."
I am an elf.
Cower.
I can't even go and look for my own bloody dinner without that bloody Pigwiggles coming in. Are there any more of you out here?
I want at this point, if it's okay, to immediately come round the corner and throw the rock at her head.
I stay hidden.
If I see Bug doing this, I'm just right in behind and stab it up with a spear.
Right, as
they're doing this, I'm also going to be saying, "No, there are no more Pigwiggles" as well, by the way.
Right, okay. Make a deception check.
Nothing like structured orderly content, right?
Oh wow, no, yeah, that's really bad. Right. No one more, is there? Oh, I see. Pogwog, you dare throw that rock, and there'll be trouble!
Throw it and then not run away.
Oh, you little... Make a roll to hit. Are you actually trying to hit her, or are you just throwing it like in her general
Yeah, I'm going to
direction?
try and hit her.
Alright, okay.
Elf!
Alright, it misses.
And then just in the opposite direction.
You! When I catch you! God, you won't be the only Pigwiggle without any feet!
While she's distracted, can I take my short swords and disengage and run away as well?
Yes.
I was also going to be running shortly behind and seeing I've got my spear ready to stab. I see Fugug backing the fuck off. I see Bugwug running away, having thrown his spear. and I just fall short right in front of her.
Okay. Well, as you come round, spear ready, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please? The DC is 16. Oh wow, you're rolling really terrible.
When it comes to killing dogs.
Yeah, you're great at killing dogs, just not so much this. And she goes, stop! And she like casts command on you, and you just stop. Just for that's 6 seconds. Right? Now! You're going to answer my questions! Or I'll tell Smegweg about this!
And she's speaking in Goblin, isn't she?
Yes.
Ha ha! You'll have a good job telling him anything!
He can talk, he's not deaf yet! Anyway, have you... What are you laughing for? I haven't finished speaking! Respect your elders! Now, before I was rudely interrupted, and she looks at the back of Fogug running away. Have you seen a little dog? It's about this big, it's white. Lots of hair.
I sort of look over her shoulder, and I'll go, is that not it there?
Make a deception check.
Wait, okay, I'll make a deception check first.
Right. Right. No, she doesn't even turn around.
I'm saying, is that not it there? Leading, she doesn't turn around. She'll probably notice the fact that there's bits of dog fur at the end of my spear.
Come here. Come right here. And where is your protege? Tago? Are you around here?
Tago is not here!
I stay hidden.
Okay.
Tago is most certainly not sitting in the bushes waiting with a blowgun.
Is that fur on the end of their my dog?
It isn't not your dog.
Blasted goblins! I was going to eat that! Oh, God! Good! And she just turns around and starts stomping back the way that she can. Bloody fucking goblins!
Once she's gone, I run over to Blasbo.
You missed the cue again, Tago! When I say you're not there, you blowgun them in the neck, and then we eat them fresh!
I don't have any knockout darts yet.
God, why do I keep you around?
Why do I keep you around?
You don't. You hide and do nothing! You do nothing!
You shouldn't have done that! No teeth Christies.
You need to learn to read the room better.
I did. I could tell what was happening. You're an idiot.
I don't know where you get the cheek. Well, there goes lunch. We have a snack only now.
Nilwug.
Mm-hmm.
At any time during that, would you have come to find out what was going on?
As soon as, I guess with me, Grub, and Bugwug were in a line. As soon as Bugwug turned around and started running off, I would have double-taked and then ran off after him.
Right, okay. Well, you would have recognized this elf. And yes, the way, the temper in her voice is an accurate reflection of what she actually can be like. So it's probably a good idea. You do know that this was Martha, she likes to be called. That's not her actual name, but she likes to be called Martha. She is not your typical elf, as you might have guessed. She is a druid, and she has shown you druidic kind of stuff in the past. And when I say that, I mean you've been hiding in the bushes when she has passed and watched her pick some mushrooms and all that sort of stuff. Tried them yourself, had a weird psychedelic reaction and thought that was cool. And then that was when Cody started to talk. Not long after that. So you are aware of her, but her not necessarily of you. But it is quite interesting that she knew your names, especially Smegwigs, who, as far as you know, didn't go out. And ever.
Them tricksy elves, I tell you. Getting in your head.
Alright. As you depart from this particular area, you hear, because that was a rather loud exchange, and you haven't gone that far away from the elves, you hear elven voices speaking Elvish. I thought I heard something over here. I'm not sure, it may have been over there. No, you're silly, it was this way. And you can hear them branching out to canvass the area to find out what on earth was making that shrill.
We've kind of split up, haven't we?
Yeah.
Guess we did hightail it after you guys, once Martha had left.
At this point, Bugwog is just straight up sprinting back to the cave so he can get his things.
Right, okay.
Guess I'm following.
Right. As you are running away, the more perceptive of yous, being Nilwug and Tago, yous hear, I found a rock with blood on it. Oh no, someone's killed an animal. And that was all faded off into the background. And yous you think you have made your escape, and you head to the entrance to the Pigwiggle hideout. When I say hideout, it's a cave. That's it, it's a cave. It doesn't look the same on the outside as what it did when you saw it last. There are scorch marks, there is lots of blood, there is now a neat-ish kind of pile of some of the Pigwiggle clan that were killed outside. There are no elf bodies that you can see, and this pile of goblin bodies is on fire. But there is no one else around.
I completely ignore this, what would clearly to regular human people be an atrocity, but for a goblin it's just like, oh, all the people are dead, cool, I need my things, and go into the cave and collect my gear. Right,
you head into the cave, and there are scorch marks that you can only assume that Smegweg did. Being a magic user in a land where magic is outlawed by the elves is a really dangerous thing. Once that happened, they weren't really going to be letting up. So, go Smegweg for staying alive for so long. Also on the inside of here, there have been other tunnel collapses and things like that, so you have to make a relatively circuitous route to get to where all of your belongings are. The room that you held up in and hid have been... that has completely collapsed. Your own personal chambers and things like that. And when I say personal chambers, you and the 6 other goblins that you share it with, that is still there. And you all collect all of your bits and pieces. And you are ready for what might assail you in the future.
Now that we're all back in the cave and together, and I've got my stuff, I will turn to the group of us and say, it seems, my dear companions and Fugug, that we are the last of the Pigwiggle clan. Our mighty Booyag, Smegweg, is dead. So who's the boss now? Because typically we do need a Booyag to be in charge. Otherwise, it would definitely be me, as I am the Grand Commander, Admiral, First Class Supreme Warrior of the clan. But it's an open position to the Booyag users. Because I have his magical stick that he wielded. And I don't know how to use it.
Good sir, might I have a look at that stick?
I look at Blasbo, thinking about what he might be up to while holding my Matharox.
Okay.
I may have said that I'm willing for someone else to be leader, but it's still a very sort of like I'm having to force myself to give the stick of power away.
Is there a little bit of a tug of war while we've both got our hands on it?
Yeah. Yes, mate, it's yours. Now, maybe.
And I just hold the stick and go, "Behold!" And I cast minor illusion to make myself look like Smegweg. I have the magical power of the staff. It has chosen me.
That's great. Great. Love that.
But I do not seek to lead. I shall support you in this for the grandiose gift you have shown, Bugwug.
I look confused at Blasbo because I thought he was going to put himself forward.
I mean,
You have not led us astray, and now with this power, I shall aid you.
I mean, that is marvelous to hear, but still the problem, I am not a Booyag. Someone who does magic has to be in charge of the group. That is how it has always been since the beginning of time. 2 years ago or something. I don't know when time began.
I look back at Blasbo because I know he knows magic.
Oh, then begrudgingly, we shall take this task, and we shall bring the Pigwiggle name across the whole square globe.
Great. I'm so happy that someone else is in charge. This is great for me. I love it.
I say in common to Blasbo, Master.
Then just come and say, yes, there'll be time for that later. But for now, I think it's lunchtime, and the elves are coming back. Perhaps it's time we turned the tables. What say you all, Pigwiggles?
I think it's probably a smarter idea if we kill them.
Yes.
Yes. Kill them and eat them.
Oh.
Why would we... The tables are destroyed. They're over there. You're a bad leader. I turned around to go to the entrance of the cave. Already doing my utmost to sow dissent.
I just minor illusion my face looks like bugger. I'm a stupid idiot. And just covered behind.
Bop you on the head with the bones down.
Ow. Why?
Don't do that.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Are you saying you want to lead?
No, I don't think Cordy would like that. No.
Well, you do have it in you. You could if you want, but then it would be more than just us two. I couldn't tell them the lovely stories to help you get to sleep on a night time. Just you.
Right, you lead. You can do it.
I can't.
Do we hear him saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think I'm speaking directly to you?
Then I shall!
Oh. Okay.
Just going out. First, we dine on elf soup!
I nod and follow.
Okay. Anybody else anything to say?
I would have came into the cave to get my one treasured possession. My necklace of toes. It's a string with a load of toes that I've cut off on that I suck on when I get stressed. I'd have been sat sucking on toes while everyone was talking. I'd have looked up for a second when I heard Pugwiggles say, I don't even know everyone's fucking names. he said my name. I'd have looked up, looked around, realised no one was actually talking to me, went back, then I'll have heard Asbo say lunch, looked back up, looked around, realised there was no lunch, back to my toes, and then now, seeing everyone's leaving, I'm just going to follow. Not really knowing what's going on, but seeing that Plasmo has a big stick, I will just follow.
Do I just have to pop a quarter staff on my belongings, Steve, or is it actually a magical stick?
I mean, I was pretty sure that Bugwug just thought it had magic in, but I'm assuming it's just a stick.
I'm also assuming it's just a stick.
Right, okay. Yes, just slap a what did you call him? The
Smegwig.
No, not Smegwig, not the name. The title, the position. The Booyag. There you go, the Booyag. You'll have to write that down now. Damn, I'm taking far too many notes. Booyag. And the Booyag is Blasbo.
Somehow.
For now.
Right. Just for timekeeping purposes, because I know some people have work. It's 10 o'clock. Do you wish to continue?
I don't have work tomorrow. I'm fine.
I can go to about 11.
Right. Okay. What about the rest of us?
Yeah, 11 is fine.
11 is fine. Right. Okay. Okay. That bit of housekeeping out of the way. Blasbo, you have the Booyag staff. It's just a staff that the Booyag holds. You are now the Booyag, and it's now your staff. You have the Booyag staff. How or what are you going to do to prepare for if and when these elves arrive at this entrance to this this underground complexy, now destroyed Pigwiggle base?
How are we spelling Booyag?
I've just spelled it Booyag, literally how it sounds.
My preparation is simply picking up my sword, which is a broken longsword, but it is still very much near a greatsword for sizing purposes for me. I will don my also very much magical helm, the Pot of Chambers, and get real ready for a fight.
Okay. Anybody else? What's Grub doing?
Probably stirring soup.
That's it.
he'd find like a kicked over table and have his cauldron behind it and start laying out an assortment of like kitchen utensils like cutlery and the likes and be clicking them into this crossbow looking contraption.
Right, okay. Nilvog, what you doing?
Are we setting up in the cave?
The decision's entirely up to you.
I mean, it looks like everyone is, so I'll find a position where I can see the entrance of the cave and prepare one of my druidic spells.
I will also be hiding within the cave, preparing to use my newfound arcane powers.
Yes, new.
Okay. Not 220. There we go. Right. Where is he? Fogug, what you doing?
I'm also gonna sit somewhere where I can see the entrance, just with my bow ready to knock an arrow if any elves start coming down.
Okay. Right. You do not have to wait long. You, in your haste to get away from the witchy wood, Malpa, you have made a track that almost a blind person could follow. So, and they do. They found the rock, they found the dog, they have followed the tracks. And it is maybe 20 minutes after you get there. You are just about setting up when... actually, let's roll this one, shall we? This one should be... Right, okay. Right. Now these are elves, and elves are stealthy. They swarm inside this cave. It looks like that they have made their way into the entrance of this place. There is that none of you have seen. Their stealth roll was higher than your passive, so they have made it relatively close up to you. And the scout that has made it there first says to him, 6 goblins. For an elf, that should be nothing. So he is extremely overconfident with this. Let's everybody roll initiative, and then we can get this party started. We will also...
One day I'll roll over to 10.
No, not
No.
today. No. Hey, Tago, nice. Right. Combat has started. Now, as I said at the beginning, this is all made up as we go. I haven't got a map. We might be able to do a map next week, perhaps. We'll see. So, Theatre of the Mind. So the cavern that you are in, at the moment, it's about 30 foot from end to end. It's roughly like roundish dome sort of style. It is a cave after all. Round right near the very back edge of this area, there is several tables set up. One of which I must keep looking at this. Gob is set up with his odd crossbow contraption thing loaded with Christ knows what.
Ladles. Spatulas.
Right. Bugwug, you were staying close to the entrance. As I recall, yes?
Yep.
Yep, so you were staying close to the entrance. This is good. Right. Blasbo, where were you going to be?
Somewhere towards the back, like
Somewhere-
any courageous leader should be.
Right, okay. What about Tago?
I'm just a little bit in front of Blasball, kind of protectively.
Okay. Fogug.
I will be somewhere near the back to shoot my arrows.
Right, okay. And last but definitely not least, Nilwug, where are you positioned?
I'd say slightly behind Bugwug, but a bit off to the side.
Right, okay. So Bugwug and Nilwug are close-ish to the entrance to this. The rest are sort of hanging back to do range stuff. Right. Other than Tago, who is standing slightly in front of Blasbo. Flippin' heck, jeez. I'm so pleased I wrote these names down. Okay. Now, Nilwug, you did say that you were preparing and readying a spell for when this happens. So this will be simultaneous as the elf comes sort of bursting in and looses an arrow at someone. So what is your spell?
I was going to use Sticky String Slap, which is Thorn Whip.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's within 30 feet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So,
right, actually, hang on. There is where is it? Scout 1 is there. So there you go. So you can target things on the combat tracker as you would on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Scout 1 right there.
It's a hit. So I'll just kind of like whip my hand back and like a big long tendril, sort of like fibrous, just fibrous things start coming out and slap and wrap around him, and pulls him 10 feet towards me. If is there a save on it? Can't remember.
Let's have a look.
I just pull him if I hit him, large or small.
I think you do. I think it is just a pull.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, let's make that bigger.
Once
so I can see.
combat begins, may I have used my readied Goblin Blast?
Yes. I tell you what. Let me get rid of my my elf action because he got the surprise, so he's coming in with a bow shot. To the person at the back that look slightly more dangerous. Now there is a guy with a staff, or there is a goblin with a staff. It's all gnarled and pockmarked and holed and all the rest of it. And there is another goblin that has a contrived crossbow contraption. His immediate thought is the person with the staff. However, he overrides that because the crossbow is pointing right towards him. He is going to go for the crossbow. So he
Do
has.
I get any kind of cover behind this table?
You can have half cover from the table.
That's fair.
Righty, so that's -2 to his roll, or +2 to your AC, which equates to the same thing. So he is going to take a shot at Grub. I'll get
That's
there.
me.
I will get there. I really will. Righty, Grub, here it comes. And he misses completely.
Oh.
He absolutely misses. That is his action. The thorn then gets whoosh, and he is tied up and yanked off his feet to one side, just as Blasbo, what it is that you do?
Goblin Blast.
Oh, we need to have a conversation about something.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Not now, though. Just whenever. That's fine. It's just something that I would need to know. Right. Yes, you hit. Absolutely, you hit. Oh, wow. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Teamwork. Accidental as it may be, but it is absolutely teamwork. As the Thorn Whip comes flying in and yanks across, you shoot kind of blindly a little bit, and you blast him right in the middle of the face. There is now a hole. He is now a holy elf.
Great stuff.
Right. Now we will go to the beginning of initiative. Tago, you are there. You can hear that there are more elves on the way.
I will hold my blowgun as an attack for them coming in.
Okay. Are you wanting to do anything else, or are you just holding that action?
And making sure I'm behind one of the tables for half cover.
Okay, that would leave Blasbo. You wouldn't be in front of Blasbo then, but you can certainly do that.
Yeah, I will do it. I've just seen him blast someone. I think he's fine.
Fair enough. Right. So you maneuver yourself, you just hop back over around the table, and you're on the back side of it. Which is just as well, really, because another elf comes storming straight in. This one has a short sword. They have discarded their bow, or might not have had a bow to begin with, and they have a short sword, and they come running in. You get your held action. So do you, Grub, because you also had a held action earlier that I will let you carry over. So Tago, let's so let's sort you out.
I'm just trying to remember how to do this. Sorry.
So the dice with the plus thing in the middle of weapons for the blowgun, just click and drag that over where it says Scout 3 in the combat tracker and release.
Which one?
Do you want to do a screen share on Discord?
You know where your weapons are?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the dice with +5 next to your blowgun.
There isn't a dice on there?
Right, then go to the actions tab down the side of your character sheet. Yeah, right.
Yeah, got it.
The blowgun, right, grab the dice, move it over to the combat tracker, and just drop the dice on Scout 3. Advantage. Why have you got advantage? That's fine. You hit. Right, so do the same with the damage.
That was another hit roll. It's the dice next to it. It should say 4 piercing or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's it. Right, so you just take a breath in, aim down the sight. You get your tongue jammed in the end of it very slightly, but you pull it out, absolutely no problem, and then you look at your handiwork and you see the dart coming from the blowgun just sticking in the like next to where the neck is, on the right in between the armor plates of this elf. It's like ah, and he just throws it to one side. So that was your readied action, right? So next we've got Grub. Yep.
So I'm going to pop up, and in common, I'm going to say, "You're going to make some good soup," and then I'm just going to shoot him.
Thought you were making the soup.
With my ladle launcher.
Ladle launcher. I love it.
Yes, the ladle launcher. So
It's actually... It fits all kind of kitchen utensils, but primarily ladles for soup.
Okay.
There we go.
So you lift your contraption. You can't really describe it as anything other. You lift your contraption.
It's like a crossbow. It's a deeper channel that fits bigger things in it.
It's fun. You had a great time building this thing, and when you turn it sideways, it looks like a catapult. But anyway, so you shoot. First one up is the ladle, and you blast it, and it goes and it's spoon end first, and as it goes through the air, just before it hits impact, the air resistance flips the spoon around and the handle just goes zook right in. The other, right next to the neck on the other side, you're like, oh, I'm fucking shot!
Perfect.
You are
I'll
one
die.
ladle down. But he...
Just remember, guys.
Yeah.
If you haven't used Tasha's and you haven't messed with anything, you also have Fury of the Small.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Extra damage.
It's up to you to remember. Just saying. Right. So that's this guy coming in. And he comes in, and he was already kind of committed, and he comes straight over to the closest available target with his swords. That would be Bugwug, who also has a ready action. So this is going to be simultaneous. So he is going to come swinging in with a short sword. Just as you swing with your... What are you using? I could say sword, I could say club, but it won't be called any of that shit. It'll be something weird like ladle launcher or, I don't know, wooden leg of Fred down the street.
Horse dropper.
No, it is just a longsword. I've called it mine because when I found it, I was like, mine, and I picked it up.
Okay.
But it's just a sword.
Right, I tell you what, I will do a roll to hit on Bugwug. And he does hit you, right. Now you roll to hit him.
Okay.
Which you hit? Hey! Right, I will let you do your damage first if you wish.
No.
Nope, right, okay. He is going to come in and do his damage on Bugwug, the ever small. Right, now that he has done his first batch of damage, I am going to roll. I know that this isn't necessarily rules as written or even rules as intended, because there is no rule for this. I am going to do a contest of dexterity with you because he has another attack. Now, if you win, you get to hit him before his next attack.
I'm not gonna.
You don't know that? Righty, so dexterity check. It's a 10. I will make it public so you know there it is, a 10. And you got a 5.
There's a 5.
Wow, you are prophetic. You really are. Seeing into the future. So anyway, he is going to make another attack at you. I'm so used to putting it over there to Bugwug. Which he misses. Completely.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
And I will do my damage now, unless he's got a third attack.
Nope, no third attack.
Okay. I will. I was gonna do Fury of the Small anyway, so that's just mine done. But just as he stabs me once, and then another one deflects off the human skull I have protecting my belly, I will just look at him and then come and say, I think you will find I'm slightly more difficult to kill than my brother, and just stab him once in the leg.
Right. He's got quite a bit of blood loss, from a ladle of all things. That's when he woke up this morning. That was not on his thoughts. Absolutely not. Nowhere near. The dart that out of the blowgun that hit him, but even though it got him in the front of the neck, must have hit a major artery because it was actually streaming out like this and nice fine thin, along with a heartbeat. So he was losing a lot of blood anyway, and then you stab him in the leg because you are just little like that, and you hit bone, and you have this weird sort of shiver of satisfaction as you feel the bone grind against the sword, and he goes, "Ah!" and he just sort of falls over. Right. Grub would be next. There are still sounds of others coming down the corridor.
I'll load a spatula this time and ready my action to fire it at the next elf that comes down the stairs.
Okay. Right, Nilwug. You also would be next, but there is, as of yet, no one coming.
Can you do a bonus action and then ready an action? Or do you have to spend your whole...
No, you can do a bonus action, then ready an action. But you can't ready a bonus action something. Like
Yeah, that's fine. I'll cast Beaten with Bone on myself, so I've got Shillelagh on my bone staff. And then I'll ready a sticky string slap as soon as I see an enemy.
Okay. Bogog.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same. I will be readying my bow to shoot an enemy that I see.
Okay. Oh, actually, didn't you ready a shot before that I totally forgot?
Well, there's no one to shoot anyway. So I guess it's just re-readying the action.
Right, okay. Now, as it happens, on the same initiative count, 2 arrive. So the one in the front, Scout 4. As the moment that he appears, you can all take your readied actions.
Hey. More soup. Oh, maybe not more soup.
Right. Nice. Right, okay. So, yeah. Right, okay. So, Grub, you get your spatula this time, and you aim and you fire, and it's this spatula you've used several times before, and you remember in the not too distant past that you had to hit one of the younger goblins across the side of the head with it. And but this thought, it doesn't cross your mind until just after you press the trigger, and you remember that you meant to repair this one because you hit the little twat so hard that it bent and it wonk, and it just goes whee all the way up to one side.
Okay.
Nilwug, you lash out, same as always, and you grab this guy, like it sort of rolls up his arm, and you yank him off his trajectory across to one side, scraping the thorns down its arm, right into the arrow of Fugug. Fugug, you get this guy right in the side, almost under the armpit, because the arm is now stretched out like that, and it's just straight up in there, and the arrow, because you're shorter than what they are, so as the arrow hits the armpit, it comes up out the other side of the shoulder, and he's just like, ah! And once the thorn lets go, his arm is sort of like limp down his side, so he is armless. But anyway, he does come in, and this guy also has a sword, and he runs to the closest goblin it would be again, which would be, unfortunately, Bugwug. So Bugwug,
try as you might, you will never defeat me.
So Bugwug is going to get an attack against him. Oh, that is going to hit this time. It's going to hit. Here is some damage. Oh, that's a good damage.
I am far stronger than any... Oh! It just instantly...
Right, you hit the deck. And this guy almost sort of steps over you and heads straight towards Nilwug to have his second attack. So an attack comes right in because Nilwug's... Ooh, that's a critical hit, that is. Oh, wow.
Boy, this was a fun one-shot, guys.
Right, so Nilwug... Ooh. Oh, only by 2. Right, it just comes in and... It's not so much the slashing damage, but it's the clunk right on the head as the blade... is deflected ever so slightly by Cody, so it doesn't gouge into your head. It like hits you with the flat of the blade, and you just go boing, and you just go, oh, and you just lose consciousness, and you are over. Alright, the second one that is following, they have a bow. And they... hearing a magical effect coming up, the only one that looks anywhere close to being some sort of magic user is the one with the staff. So Blasbo, it is heading your way. So it lifts up and just completely misses, absolutely misses. He's as he lets go, he looks to his companion and he goes, "Damn, that's a good shot, man." And he's like, "Oh shit!" and draws another one and looses again. And I miss you again. Wow. You see it coming this time and you're like, "Ugh," and you sort of dodge out of the way and it hits your armor and deflects down over and goes and lands in the table right in front of you. Right. That is my guy's turn. Oh, I've got that turned on. I meant to, I'll have to turn that off at some point. Right. Bugwug, you have made your death saving throw, unless you would like to roll it yourself.
Get rid of that save.
You want to roll it yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that right now for you.
Give myself an opportunity to see it. Oh, a natural one. Come on.
Oh, that was close.
Like it, baby.
Righty. Where's the death saving throw ones on here? Let's have a looky. Right, so, Blasbo, it is actually your turn to go while I'm doing this.
If I die, it's going to be on my own terms. God damn it.
Is there another overturned table I can sort of scooch my way over to and sort of hunker down a little bit?
Yes, well, there is a table in front of you that you could just push over if you wanted to.
That's what I'm going to do, and just say, in the common tongue, "Yes, well, the wrath of the Booyag is upon you now. Shazam!" And cast Goblin Blast at...
Okay.
Which one was the melee one? Was that Scout 4?
Scout 4 is the melee one. He's the one he's just come in and just trashed two of your, well, family.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe the term is now minions, but yes. Jarl! And obviously I missed, but I'll just sort of duck down beneath the table.
Right, okay. Right. We are at the top of the round. Tago, it is your turn.
Scout 5 was the one who tried to hit Blasbo, so I'm going to run up to him and do Tago punch. So I'm going to punch him.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's giving you advantage again.
I don't know why.
Are you holding down control as you do it?
No.
Try the roll again. Just don't use push to talk for a bit. Just see if that changes it. Well, you still hit, so.
Right. What's your push to talk button?
Control.
That's why. Yes. Right. So when you're attacking, you're going to have to let go of control. Because that, in this, I've got an extension. So when you hold control, it gives you advantage. So you don't have to keep clicking the button at the bottom. Right. But anyway, you hit. You hit. So you run up. Right. What are you hitting him with? Right.
My fist.
Just your fists.
My martial art. On that.
So your martial artist is literally like, think of the most extreme sort of martial artist you have ever seen in your frickin' life, and use that as a weapon. Right. So there's thumbs, fingers, fists, elbows, shoulders, heels. You know, whatever you want to do. Right. So do your damage on Scout number 5. Oh, damn.
And,
damn.
Don't forget that as a monk, you get to do a bonus action for another punch.
Yes, because you have 2 hands. Which you hit. Right, you've got this goblin. Jumps on the table. Runs up to this oblivious-looking elf that is not expecting this at all with his bow in hand, and just whap, and you just clock him right on the end of the jaw. You've got to kind of jump a little bit to hit him, but by gosh, you hit him. He's like, and then just as his face comes back, whap, the other side, oh, you little bastard. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna try and. Do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you've got. You're a monk. Yes, you've got another 10 foot left.
I'm gonna use my movement to hide behind a table.
Right, the tables are a bit far away. You can get about halfway there, if you want to. But if you move away, he will get an attack against you. Or you can stay where you are.
I'll stay where I am.
Okay, all right. Grub.
Seeing my comrades downed, I will yell, "Brethren, you shall not perish this day!" And I'll pick up my cauldron and use Nibble Escape, so bonus action to disengage, and we're gonna run to Nilwug.
Okay.
And say, "Drinketh of my soup and be healed," as I cast good soup on him.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Brilliant.
It's just cure wounds.
You
Oh no!
You cast
Most likely.
Essence of Francis.
But you are up.
you are awake. You are prone and you're on the ground, and there is an elf right in front of you that just twonked you on the head with a sword, but you are awake. And it is your turn, as luck would have it.
Oh. Okay. I will.
You've got a weird bitter taste in your mouth. It
Tastes good.
There's a chunk.
Right, I will stand up. And
Okay.
then I'll hit him with my bone staff.
Okay.
Would my shillelagh still be active?
Yes, because Shillelagh is not a concentration spell. It is just a spell, and there we go, it is.
Perfect. So it's got like black mold emanating from the top of it. And I'll give Scout 4, is it, that's in front of me?
Yes, Scout 4 is the one that's in front of you. He's the melee person.
I'll give him a bop. I hope. I do not. Dang.
A voice in your head just says, "Oh, that could have been so much better."
I'll just look very sad all of a sudden. I don't know if I have any bonus actions.
The goblin-y stuff that you get is like disengage
Nimble
and
escape,
hide.
yeah.
Nimble escape.
I do have that. But I'll only be able to get 15 foot away. I think I'm gonna hit it. Can I do a point? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Can I do a point blank Thorn Whip?
Yes.
It doesn't say. It just says to get closer to me.
Depends. Let's see. So Thorn Whip itself, you've renamed everything. What was it?
Sticky String Slap.
Sticky String Slap. Righty. Melee spell attack against the target. No, it is a melee spell attack. You do not get disadvantage because it's not a ranged spell attack.
Here you go. I will hit him with a sticky string slap.
Okay.
And I actually hit him this time.
Hey, nice.
And I got decent damage. I'll use my Fury of the Small on that.
Right, to do an extra point of damage. Is it enough to take it? Is it? No, it's not. Sorry, I'm not.
It's okay.
You tease.
So,
me.
that's you. Okay. Well, next, we have Fug Ugg. Who? Yes, so you did take it, didn't you? Right, sorry, yes. I thought we'd missed you out again. Right, but not this time.
I will use my Favored 4 ability to designate that Scout 4 is in fact a Stinky Elf. It's not called Stinky Elf. What is it called? Okay, I've renamed it now.
Oh, there we go.
Stinky Elf.
Favored 4? More like favored toe.
Oh no.
And then I will shoot my longbow at him.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't even do the extra d4 damage, but cool, that's fine. I've probably messed up there.
He only had like 3 hit points left.
Yeah.
Right, but however, you are with that kill, you are starting to salivate. It's just that's going to be damn tasty, Elf. All right, so that's that one done. Do you want to do anything else, Fugug?
No, that's me.
That's you, righty. The other one with the bow that's just been clunked in the chin a couple of times. He is going to drop his longbow and pull out his short sword, and he's going to try and attack this damned dirty goblin that dared come and smack him in the face twice. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for Tago. There we go. There is a one. Ooh, I was nearly under that 20. Alrighty, so as he comes in, down arc like that, and you just don't quite get out of the way as he slashes down one of your legs for 5 points of damage. He then swings it round. He's going for your neck this time. He's trying to get it straight in there. And you see it coming an absolute mile away. He roundhouses it. You know what? You know it's just not going to miss, and you just really sort of thing. Straight past. He then... No, he's going to stay where he is. He's going to look over his shoulder. Now, Bugwug, I thought I turned that off.
Get that dang
I'm
thing out of
sure
here!
I turned that off. Right, let's try it again.
Anyway, as Bugwug lies there, potentially dying on the floor,
Oh, that was NPC ones that I turned off.
visions of
There we go.
favored memories pass through his mind. The first time he managed to steal a pig and ride it home. Very treasured memory. Yeah.
He's riding the pig away from the light.
And you can, as you are riding the pig in this favored memory and away from the light, you hear, but it's good in here, come back.
Do I turn around and see Smegweg there?
Yes, you do.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right.
In this weird fugue state, I've clearly disconnected because everyone's frozen. Awesome.
No,
Great.
can
You
just
haven't,
about
we can
yet.
still hear you fine. You're
You
good.
can hear me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you, you're good.
Awesome. I'm still here. Well, in this weird fugue state between life and death, Bugwug will turn to Smegweg and, with a pure villainous look upon his hidden face, be like, Don't you see? Now I shall lead. After I've killed the current leader, he dies of natural causes. Going to you anytime soon. Woo! And continue trying to escape from this future state of death.
Right, okay. Alright, that brings us to Blasbo.
Would I be able to move to flank Scout 5?
Scout 5. Scout 5 is in almost in the entrance. You can't get round to flank him, but you can stand next to. But you can't flank, unfortunately.
In either case, I will move up to help my favoured minion Tago, and I will make a swing with the Booyark Staff.
With the Booyark Staff, okay. Give it a swing. You hit. Roll some quarterstaff damage.
And take that!
Right, as you run up, you sort of thrust it out like the spear that you are used to, and you manage to jab the end of this up this elf's nose, and as you whap like that, and you get it right up into the nose, it crushes the socket, and it's sort of like it like splits the nose all the way up. The staff is inside the eye socket like that, and this elf just goes like that and just falls forwards and stops, and your staff gets very heavy and just goes on the ground. So the elf is now being held up by its eye socket on the staff, just sort of just dangling there.
I'm just sort of wiggle it back and forth to try and get it off the end.
It's kind of heavy. You start to push it. Are you doing anything else?
No, just...
Right, okay. You just go... And you manage to push it off, and its legs buckle, and its head snaps back and falls back over just in time for you to see two more join the fray coming down the corridor.
Oh, and now bonus action to hide.
There's nothing to hide. You have...
Oh, I know I'm in the open.
Yeah, but you're
trying to hide.
Right, you immediately jump behind Tago and make yourself as small as you possibly can.
And with disadvantage, I mean, that's okay for disadvantage.
That's it. It's actually not too bad for disadvantage. However, their passive perception is higher than that, so not that great, unfortunately. These guys come in. They both have bows, but they say that there are two goblins right in front of them, and some more right behind. One of them has just gotten really, really lucky and killed his companion, so you have to pay. They drop their bows on the way past, draw a short sword each, and they come in, and there is going to be two attacks. Actually, no. As Tago, as he comes towards you, Tago, he sees that Bugwug is next to you, so he positions himself so he can get a strike on you, Tago, and then a strike on Nilbug. Sorry, because Nilbug is there. So we have an attack against Tago. Oh, and I do hit. Damage coming in on you, Lucky. Right, and this one slash down. It cuts right down across, like midway across your chest, and through your shoulder. And then the backhand is aimed straight for Nilwug. Nilwug. He completely misses. He actually steps on Bugwug to get a little bit closer and loses his footing, and the short sword goes wide. That is his actions. Scout 6. There is another gobble right in front of him. He is going to make those attacks against Blasbo. This one is wearing armor of some such description. Misses the first time completely. You see it coming, and as as you right the staff up just after dropping the body, it actually, as you're hiding behind Tago, you realize that your staff is sticking out, so you go, oh, and you move it to the side and deflect the short sword coming in, perfectly timed. Looked spectacular, as lucky as it was. And then the second shot comes straight in, and you, as you deflect the first one, you are so surprised with yourself, you go, oh, and accidentally deflect the second one also. Right, so that is their attacks. We are back to the top. A Tago! Can you believe it? There are 2 more elves! This soup is going to be awesome! But they are right in front of you.
I'm thinking about the teeth crispies that Blasbo will want to make out of these things, and the one that hit me, I'm going to punch.
Okie dokie. Oh, you're attacking with your blowgun. Let's see.
That was the wrong one. Sorry.
Yes, that's all right. It's the same. It's the same anyway. It's that's fine. But you've.
And I get a second hit with my punch.
Yeah. As your bonus action. That one misses. All right. So you remember somebody telling you somewhere that goblins are the perfect height to get to the sensitive area. So you just lash out, and you clonk this guy right in the nether regions, and he goes ooh like that, but it, really hard. You must be wearing a codpiece or something, but you were expecting him to go right the way down, so you try to uppercut the chain as it's coming down, but he doesn't lean down that far, so that one just swings kind of wide. Are you moving anywhere or doing anything else?
I'm gonna try and get as far as I can near to the tables.
Okay, you can reach and get beyond the table if you wish, but one or both of these might get an attack on you.
I am gonna risk it because I'm on 1 health point, so I'm gonna try and run away.
Right, okay. The one that you hit is going to try and take a swipe at you as you turn, to his point of view, turn tail and run. Oh, and he hits you, I'm afraid. Right, so that is going to be that. And you turn and you feel pain go down your back and you just lose consciousness, the world goes black, and you just face plant whatever happens to be on the floor. It's probably best that you're unconscious so you don't know what you're lying in at the moment. Right, so that's his done. So Grub is next.
I'm gonna scamper my way over to Bugwug and also force feed him some good soup. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you, Bugwug? Live, damn it!
Oh, nice.
And then were there elves? Because he was quite near the entrance, wasn't he? I
yes, there was an elf right next to you.
Can I use my nimble escape to disengage a little bit away so I'm out of reach?
Yep, you'll have pretty much your full 30 feet.
Okay, cool, yeah. So I'll move far away.
Right, so you can get right back behind the table again if you do so wish.
Perfect, yeah.
Right, okay. Absolutely no problem. Nilwug.
Okay. I'll guess. Have I got an elf right in front of me?
There is an elf right next to you, yes.
Yeah,
He tried to get you, but missed because he stepped on Bugwug.
I will hit him, well, try to hit him with my bone stuff.
Okay, so that one's going to be Scout 2.
Scout 2. Come on. That's good.
Oh, yes.
Whack with a stick. And then I'll bonus action sticky string slap.
Beautiful. Beautiful. This guy's tough. Right, so, seeing this scout step on Bugwug and fail miserably at hitting you, you cast your mind back to only maybe half an hour ago when Bugwug stood on your head. So, leverage is a good thing. So you hop onto Bugwug's head and bash this guy's with a staff. Bugwug, as you just regained consciousness, if a boot or a goblin foot is planted on your face and you're like smushed up against the pricks and then it's you just step back, you do your thorn whip and you scar right round this guy's neck. He can't pull you any closer because you're standing right next to him, so the whip it's almost like a carpet burn around his neck with thorns attached, and it's he's like, ah, you fucker, you. Anything else?
No. I think that's everything.
That's everything, righty. Ugh.
Am I able to see Scout 6?
Oh, yes, absolutely. He's standing in front of Blasball.
Okay. And I will move my favoured fort onto him and designate him to be a stinky elf.
Okay.
And I've just put together a new effect, which I think that should, if that stays on me permanently, should only do damage to stinky elves.
You're doing the customs thing that I showed you. Yes, yeah, that should work. Yeah.
Then I'm going to shoot him with my bow.
Oh, man. For those of you that might be watching this, if we ever upload this, Jake there is the unluckiest roller of the century, unless he is playing a halfling, so he can reroll once. Which, in another game that we play, does it a lot.
Yep.
Right, so, Fogug.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Right, okay. Right, Bugwug. You, from your point of view, you have been woken up by someone stamping on your head. It's wow. Just in the recesses of your mind, you hear, "No, don't come! Oh God, I'm going to be alone again." And you wake up.
Just as waking up, just you're going to kill all my friends. Excellent! And then just have my movement to stand up while sort of rolling between the legs of this elf.
Yeah.
So I'm flanking with
yes, you can do that. You can do that from here, yes.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna stab him.
Okay.
So what's the deal with flanking?
No advantage, I'm not bothered. Rules written, I don't care. Oh well, this is all fun.
And I'm assuming it's Scout 2 that I'm currently on.
Yes, Scout 2 is what you are after.
Okay.
Well, you definitely hit.
Oh, that put it on me. Whoops. My bad.
That's okay.
I can re-roll it if you want.
No, that's fine. I will drop it. I will drop it
transfer.
on Scout 2 for you.
Just be careful, there's super left.
Just as I'm rolling between his legs, I'm just gonna put the sword up and just cut up the middle of him, between the old legs.
Okay. This guy was wearing the cup. However, a cup is much more effective at fighting off a fist than it is a really sharp sword. So you meet some resistance, and then not so much resistance. Then there is a douse of blood that kind of covers your back as you are rolling past and through. It's all warm, and as you stand up, you suddenly remember that you also have heard that they can be tough there. But that was kind of all you. That was kind of tough, but you don't even know how human babies are made. That's weird.
So I'm standing up, being doused with the blood and probably a bit of piss. I will sort of raise my arms in victory and say, "Die! I'm a mortal! Elves fall before me!" and then charge at the other elf at the end of the room.
Okay. It's not far away. It's only 5 foot away. So yes, you can get there.
Cool. And I'm going to bonus action Second Wind to give myself some hit points.
Right, yeah, we'll get rid of that to make things a little easier. Right, okay.
That's me.
Okay, that's you. Righty. Blasbo. This guy in front of you dared to try and strike you twice.
I know I've got the booyah staff.
Yeah.
But I feel a little something in it.
There is something in it, yeah.
Just raise it up and point, rear it back with my right hand, point with my left hand at the scratch and say, "You shall be cursed!" And I will apply Hex on him, which in realistic goblin terms, his name's Curse You in particular.
Right, okay. Hex is fine.
And I'm flanking now because of Bugwug.
Yes, you will be.
And a bop with the booyah staff.
Yeah, bring it on. Well, you definitely hit.
And it hasn't done the D6, has it? I'll just roll the D6 and you can add that one on if you like.
Yeah, go on. Ooh, another 4. I'll take him to that, right? We'll sort that out later.
And I'll Fury the Small.
Oh, and another one. He's still up, unfortunately. He's really close.
Oh well, it was worth a shot.
It is now his turn. Boy, things haven't gone according to plan. Like, really according to plan. So he is going to disengage, and he is going to run away completely unceremoniously. He is going to show you his butt cheeks because he's at about right sort of height, and you see his ass getting smaller as it grows further. So he has moved 30 feet. Tago, it is your turn.
Tago is unconscious.
Aha, right. So you need to roll a death saving throw. So go to the mains tab on your character sheet.
I've got it ready to throw it in the chest piece.
You can just click it, or you can drag it and drop it if you wish.
Okay.
All right. You, rather than see the old Booyag Smegweg, I had to get that in at least once more. You see this odd sort of kind of fantasy world where Blasbo is there, and no matter what he says, you win every single argument. It's kind of nice to be here.
Isn't that just called the waking world?
No!
So, you have failed your death save throw, but you're like, this is good. You could kind of get used to this. Right, so, Grub is next.
Can I give chase to the elf with my crossbow in hand?
Yes, you absolutely can. You can move your 30 feet to where he was. He is only 30 feet away. You can aim and you can fire. What utensil is it going to be this time?
So like
Grub.
A dinner fork from somewhere we've, like, looted.
Okay.
Let's go. Oof.
Yes, you do. There is great potential here.
Oh, thankfully.
He had 2 hit points. As you aim your fork and shoot, it kind of odd. You lose track of it, but the guy hits the deck. You've got no idea where it is, but wherever it went, it did the damage enough to render him unconscious, if not dead immediately.
Hell yeah. Huzzah!
Right. Let's leave it there, and we can pick this up next time, because it is almost exactly 11 o'clock, just after.
Well, before we do, are we able to stabilize Tago?
Yes. Is there any magical healing to be given at the minute?
I can do it, yes. I can summon a truffle treat from my underwear and put it in his mouth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
One HP.
A bountiful treat. Many thanks, Nilwug.
It smells funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yes. Tago, you are stabilized, and you are now conscious on 9 wounds. You have 1 hit point left. Alright, so that is done. We are out of combat, and we will pick this up next time. Okay, so just very quickly for the lovely people at home, hopefully that will be watching this. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. I did. I thought that was really good fun. And we will see what other mischief and shenanigans and how they get to the Regent's Manor House next time. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see what else to do. Or what I do. Hey! Right. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.